Hi, welcome to a basic introduction to forms and rendering them with charcoal and graphite. I was going to start with sketching out some simple shapes using a HB pencil and just building out a cube and then a sphere first. And the sphere is a little bit more difficult, but if you just build it up gradually, sketch it out first. Putting in a light source for the cube and going top left of the page, and then imagining that the shadow is being cast on the darkest point on the right, so the opposite side of that light source. So rendering out that plane, trying to go cross-hatching with the flat edge of my pencil, so holding quite far back on it, and building out a cast shadow on that shape as well. The focus when rendering these planes is to do it really lightly and smoothly. So we're going to build up the circle now, or the sphere, and doing that incrementally and putting the same light source in there. So the sphere, when I'm rendering it, I'm doing it in ellipses, so my hand's moving in the same arc as the wireframe for that shape. So once I've put in my construction lines, I go back in with the kneadable eraser. I like it a little bit more because it can be changed its shape to suit the mark that I want to leave behind. Then going back in with a slightly darker pencil. So I've got a 4B pencil now, and I'm following, again, those ellipses that I'm imagining inside of the sphere. And passing that pencil across the whole surface horizontally so that I get a nice even value. I then brush over it using a makeup brush and just flatten out some of those values, and that blending really helps to make everything feel like it's a nice smooth gradient between the values. Once I've done that, then go back in and re-establish some of those dark areas and just building them up gradually. So you map it out first and then blend it once you've got all your values established, and then just keep building up with adding in of your darker areas. So I'm now putting in some really soft willow charcoal into those darkest areas where I'm focusing on the bottom half of the sphere, particularly in the cast shadow, and putting in just a little bit of reflected light with the kneadable eraser. And that was a bit too hard, so I went in again with the makeup brush just to blend that stuff out. And once that happens, the charcoal's often being taken out around the shape. I'm using the kneadable eraser to cut back in and re-establish the nice silhouette that I had initially created with the values. So the silhouette's really important to reading the forms. So I'm going in now and putting a bit of context into these drawings with a dark background in the top half of the shape. So imagining that they're on a table, and above the table is just a dark fill with HB pencil. Think of the context of your drawings, and it'll really help sell the way that the shape's interacting with the light source. I'm able to lighten the top half of this sphere now and have it stand out against the background by filling that background with a darker value, so it makes it kind of pop and stand up off the page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.